Hi, my smell good friends. So what I've got going on here today for you is my wax empties video. So these wax empties encompass about 10 days worth of empties. Got a little bit of variety as usual. No miscellaneous items this week, which is unusual. But yeah, I've got one candle. I've got some SCENTSY. Got through quite a bit of SCENTSY. And I've got my vendor wax. So if you're interested in seeing what I've been warming or burning through this past 10 days, stay tuned. Okay, so as usual, I will timestamp everything below in case you want to skip around. First thing I'll start with is the candle, the one lone candle. And I'm actually have I know I have at least one more burn to this. Maybe two, but I thought because I was so close to being done, I would go ahead and feature it in this video. This is Kringle Candles Butterfly. It's a beautiful, beautiful painted jar. Truth be told, I bought several of these just because of the design on the jar, because I absolutely love butterflies. And I do plan to reuse this jar. And it also has daisies, which are my favorite flowers. So I really, really love the design on this jar. So this scent has notes of, actually, this is called Butterfly Kisses. So excuse me, I thought it was called Butterfly Kisses. The fragrance notes are sweet berries, green, ripened raspberry, earthy, dreamy sweet pea, and blossoming lilies. So this is definitely a floral, but it's a light, pleasant floral. Like, it's not heady, it's not strong. You definitely get that sweet pea for sure. And you get the berry notes in this. I don't really detect any of the green. What else do we have in there? Earthy and lilies. I can't say that I'm specifically picking up it. I don't get any earthiness. No green, no earthiness. I definitely just get like a berry floral scent. Don't know that I'm picking up lilies. I'm guessing it's somewhere there in the background blending in with that sweet pea. But this mainly to my nose was like a berry sweet pea type of scent. It was actually a decent performer. Now, like I said, it is like a light flowing floral, but it was a decent performer. I had this burning in my kitchen, and every time I walked into my kitchen, I could definitely detect it. I could definitely smell it in the air. Not one of my favorite scents, only because I'm not a big floral person, but it was pleasant. I did enjoy it. And like I said, I have multiple, so I'll definitely burn through the rest. But yeah, I'm going to finish this up and keep this jar. And just to show you the inside, 3 wicks, it's burning just spectacularly. Like, this is the kind of performance that I'm used to from Kringle. It stays clean. There's really no discoloring. It's 100% soy wax, and I can smell it. It performs okay, just like I was saying earlier, and so I couldn't ask for more. Very happy with this candle. So that is Kringle Candle Butterfly Kisses. Kringle Candle, by the way, just released some new fall reserve candles. So if you are in the market or interested in any of those, check them out. I believe they released 6 new ones. And of course, they have some leftover reserves from earlier. I only went in for one. I really wanted the Spiced Pumpkin Latte. There are several candle companies that have offered Spiced Pumpkin Latte this year. And I almost went for Yankee Candle's version, but I decided to go in for Kringle's when I saw they were offering it. So I ordered 2 of those. So when I get those, I'll try to feature them in like a haul or something. I think I do have a Kringle candle haul to film. I do, so I can combine the hauls. I was going to say, I don't want to do just like a very small, very tiny video, but I'll include those. So we'll give those a snifferoo on camera. Okay, so next we'll go over my SCENTSY wax that I got through. And I did take notes this time, so that I could go over the scent notes without fooling with my iPad, which I really need to replace my iPad. Long overdue. I'm thinking Apple is probably about to announce their yearly announcement. For some reason, I want to say it's like tomorrow. I'm filming this on September 8th. I think it's sometime this week. But if they release a new iPad, I think I'm just going to get like the generation that's currently out, because I don't need all the you know, new bells and whistles and everything. I just need a working iPad, and mine has really slowed down, and I've had it for years and years. So I've gotten my money's worth out of it. It's done its job, and I just need a new one. Okay, so like I said, we'll go over the SCENTSY. First thing I warmed through was Alice in Wonderland, We're All Mad Here. And as you can see, this bar, woo, she was juicy. Yeah, she was juicy. I scored this in the D-stash. Wow, it smells strong in the glam. You know, when all those oils start coming up into the surface and surrounding all of the wax, they get strong. I hate the handle juicy bars. Oh my gosh, I hate how they feel because they're so oily. And I kind of like break them apart, but I have like a tissue in my hand at the same time so I can keep wiping my hands because I don't like how it feels. I want to make sure I don't like, you know, sometimes you just automatically kind of wipe your hand on your shirt or something. Don't want to do that. So the notes on this are tart plum, strawberry, and pink sugar. Yep, exactly what this is. This is a very, very fruity blend and sweet. So it's very sweet. It's very fruity. You get the plum, you get the strawberry. I feel like I get the strawberry more than I get the plum. It says tart plum. I would not call this tart. I would call this sweet. And you get the sweetness of the pink sugar. It's not perfumey in any kind of way. It's just a very, very sweet, fruity blend. To my nose, we're all mad here. And good performer. It was very strong. Now, that may have something to do with its age because it was quite juicy, like I said, but it did very well in my house. Next bar I warmed through was Magnolia Linen. And this bar has notes of sun-washed linen, magnolia, and honeysuckle. You guys know I'm not big on florals, but I do like honeysuckle. This is a laundry scent through and through. There's no denying it. It does give me a bit of that Bath & Body Works sun-washed linen note. Sun-drenched linen? It's called sun-drenched linen, right? It definitely gives me those kind of vibes. It is a strong laundry scent. It's very fresh. It's very clean. It's very, a little bit sweet from the floral notes. Not super floral, but you know, when floral is mixed in with laundry, you don't tend to get like a floral note to it, like a floral vibe to it, so to speak. Very strong performer. Don't need much of this to scent your home. I currently have this going upstairs in my bedroom and my 2 bedrooms. I have it going in 2 bedrooms, and it is scenting the upstairs quite nicely. I do love this scent. I'm not huge on laundry, but I really like this one, and I did put it in my club. Next scent I got through was Strawberry Lemon Cake. And this has notes of fresh strawberries, lemon zest, and vanilla buttercream. You get all of that. This to me smells a lot like a strawberry pound cake with a little bit of lemon. And you definitely get that vanilla buttercream. It's like a frosting type of note. It's very good. It is a light performer. I can definitely smell it in my room. These bars have been sitting for a bit because I've had this in my club. I can definitely smell it in my room. It is present, and I smell it when I walk in. But it is a scent that will get lost if you're sitting in that room for a bit. But I enjoy it so much that I keep it. The season just ended, so I stuck it back in my club. Probably will keep it for a while because SCENTSY doesn't have a ton of bakery scents, although they seem to kind of be working on it this season. So I'm glad about that. But yeah, I'm going to keep it for now. Strawberry Lemon Cake. Next up is Sippin Poolside. Sippin Poolside has notes of pear, sparkling citrus, and aquatic accord. This is a really nice scent. And I do get all those notes. I get the pear. It's a very nice pear. Pear can be iffy to me in wax, and I like this pear. It does give off a little bit of an effervescence vibe. Very lightly, not overly so. It is a citrus vibe, but I can't tell you if this is lemon or grapefruit maybe. It's a sweet citrus. It's not tart or bitter. And it definitely has that aquatic accord. It's a very lovely scent. I like it a lot. I had decided to go ahead and put this in my club to save it just in case. But it is a little on the light side for me, at least in my house. So I do have Make a Splash in my club, which has like a melon note. And I love melon. So I decided to take this one out. I think I did. I know I was cleaning it up the other day. I think I did. If I didn't, I probably will. But I have a funny feeling that one's going to be back. I feel like it was popular. So next up is the Minions Banana. Love the label on this. Of course, it's a licensed bar, so it costs $1 more. This has notes of candied banana, a touch of creamy vanilla, and lush palm. Yeah, this to me is just straight up banana Laffy Taffy. Very runty, very candy-ish. A bit creamy. I like it, but this scent was not very strong for me. And I was reading through the reviews for this, and everybody says it's a good performer. So I'm like, I could smell it. It was definitely detectable when I walked into my room. I did it in my bedroom, but I wanted it to be stronger. And I love banana Laffy Taffy scent, so I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this in. I stuck this in my club to make sure it's safe, because you never know when these licensed bars are going to go away, these LTOs. But I'm going to keep it. I'm going to let some bars sit for a bit. I have a feeling it's going to do better for me as it sits. So, yeah, I love banana scents. And I do have another Bananas bar, Bananas, in my club. So I'm going to have to make some decisions. But for now, it's here to stay. That is Minions Bananas. Next up is Arctic Kiss. And this is scent notes of cool Arctic mint, fresh air, and vanilla clouds. This is so nice. It's so interesting because when I smell this, I feel like I don't know that these scent notes match what I smell. At the same time, it's kind of hard to say what I smell. It's kind of beautiful. It's kind of gourmandish in like a sweet vanilla sort of way. I was going to say it kind of leans slightly, ever so slightly body care-ish. But it's more that vanilla scent I'm getting is more gourmand to me. And it's almost like I get a little bit of fruitiness. I'm not sure if it's like a melon or a sparkling citrus kind of note. I think it leans more a melon. Yeah, I don't know what I get when I smell this, but I really like it. That's Arctic Kiss. And it performs well. It did well in my bedroom. Next up is Starburst Sky. And this has notes of sweet apple, whipped vanilla, creamy coconut, and amber blossom. This is a very popular bar. To me, it is very perfumey. Very strong. It performed very well. I did it in my upstairs. I did 4 cubes in my bedroom. I did 2 more cubes in my bathroom that sets off to the side. It was strong, but it's so perfumey. I'm assuming it's that amber blossom, and this is very comparable. Many people compare it to Baccarat Rouge 540. It's just so perfumey, and I just don't overly love perfumey scents. I can take them if they're, you know, kind of on the light side and just have like a little bit of beautifulness about them, but this was just too much for me. So not keeping that one in my clubs. That is Starburst Sky. But like I said, it is a popular one, and if you do like that perfume that I mentioned, and if you do like perfumey scents, that bar may be for you. Next up, I wore First Day of Fall. And this has notes of pumpkin, autumn woods, ground nutmeg, and a dash of cinnamon. I had this going for a couple of days in my kitchen area. In 4 warmers, 4 cubes, 3 warmers. No, I had it in 4 warmers. Sometimes I put 2 cubes in my warmer. Depending on how large the dish is, sometimes I do 1. I have 4 warmers going on. I had the Simply Diamond. I had the, I think it's called Elegant or Elegance one of them. It's a beautiful, like, iridescent warmer. And then I had a cube in the pressed tin, and then I had a cube in a mini, the little mini ceramic butterfly. I don't know if it was called Butterfly Meadows or something like that, warmer. This is very strong scent. It may be because it had been sitting for a while. I actually had this in my collection for 2 years. I thought it was from last year, but no, I checked my spreadsheet, and apparently it was from 2022. I don't know why it took so long to warm through it, especially because this was an absolute lovely scent. Really evoked fall. I got the pumpkin. I got that autumn woods. I mentioned on my, and I got the spices, I should say. I would not say this is overly spicy. It's a warm spicy. And nutmeg and cinnamon. Cinnamon can be a bit harsh, but I love cinnamon. And this to me is a warm cinnamon. It goes beautifully with that nutmeg. But this is just, like I said, the epitome of fall. The name is perfect. Really enjoyed it. And I swear, like I mentioned on my community tab or Instagram, sometimes I make the same post on both pages, but I get apple in this. It's like a spicy apple, but I swear I detect it. And while it's warming, I get it. And I'm not hating on it. I really liked it. It was kind of like a spicier pumpkin apple, so to speak. Almost gave me a little bit of oatiness, but not, you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to pick up more. So that is first day of fall. If you've warmed this, I feel like I've not heard anyone say they get apple. So if you've warmed this, let me know. Do you get apple in this? I swear I do. And I like when pumpkin and apple are mixed together, so I absolutely loved it. So next up is Caramel Vanilla Delight. I almost said caramel vanilla sugar. So this has notes of vanilla ice cream, liquid caramel, and a splash of white rum. I did have this in my club and I took it out. I kind of regretted when I took it out. But then as I started warming it, because on cold it just smells like the most delicious caramel vanilla candy. Kind of like a caramel cream. On warm, it's still lovely on warm. I do enjoy it, even though I'm not always big on caramel scents. I did enjoy it. It is a creamy vanilla-ish caramel, and you do get just a little bit of that rum. Just a little bit to give it a little bit extra something special. I do enjoy it. But like I said, I removed it from my club and you can't get it anymore. It was a decent performer, a good medium, which was kind of nice for a caramel scent. I don't really want a caramel scent just slapping me in my face because it can be too sickeningly sweet. I did enjoy it. So that is Caramel Vanilla Delight. If I did come across it in a flash sale, I might buy some more because, like I said, I did enjoy it. Next up is Pink Coconut. And this has notes of sweet raspberry, earthy pink clay, coconut, and Tahitian vanilla. This is the most interesting scent, y'all. It is so hard to describe. I wrote some notes down because I'm like, how am I describing this? So I describe it as a little bit sweet. My guess is that's that raspberry. I cannot tell you that I smell raspberry for sure, but it does give a berry connotation. I also wrote down that it's kind of exotic, and maybe that's the Tahitian vanilla. It's a little bit floral, very, very little, but that could also be that Tahitian vanilla. It kind of gives me Yankee Candle Pink Sands vibes, but stronger and more unique, if you know what I mean. It's in that vein, but it's not Pink Sands. It's not a dupe. I could only guess it's that clay note that makes this kind of different. I love it. It's in my club because I've never smelled anything like it. Really good performer. This guy, I know that people have talked about this being light, but this guy's a beast in my home. It does my open space, no problem. I had it going in my kitchen the other day, just 4 cubes. Every time I walk in the kitchen, I can smell it. Yeah, she's going to stay in my club because, like I said, I just feel it's so different than other things I've smelled. And that clay note is just kind of interesting. So, yep, she's there to stay. Pink Coconut. Next up is Paradise Punch. And this is notes of orange, lemon juice, acai berries, and starfruit. Very fruit punchy. Very sweet and fruit punchy. It's a good fruit punch type of vibe. It is a little bit tropical in that sense. More so a little bit tropical than sweet. But it is quite sweet. And I'm sure it's that ICI berry because that note tends to come off quite sweet. I do get the orange, which I like. This was, you know, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I could smell it. It was a decent performer. I would say a medium. But, like, it's just not anything special, if you know what I mean. So, I didn't club it, but I did enjoy it. Probably would pick up some if I saw in a flash sale for cheap enough, but that's Paradise Punch. Next up is Juicy Peach. You guys know how I am with peach sometimes. The notes on this are just Juicy Peach. This to me was not Juicy Peach. This to me was a candied peach. And I enjoyed it. It was a good performer. It was quite strong, but I don't need more. And I believe this was part of the most recent Bring Back My Bar. So couldn't get more unless I had stuck it in my club, and I didn't. Next up is Pumpkin Cashmere. And Pumpkin Cashmere has notes of warm cinnamon, pumpkin, and cashmere woods. I warmed this recently. I have this in my club. I believe it was a scent of the month. SCENTSY doesn't mark them with those stickers anymore. I believe it was a scent of the month sometimes last year. When I originally got this, it was quite light. And it was a light performer. And I tend to stick things in my club like scents of the month just to make sure I don't forget to put them there to save that spot. I had stuck it in my club. It was kind of light. I had it going. I don't know what I was thinking. I had the whole bar going in my open space, knowing it was kind of light scent, so I should have known better. But I did have a piece. I have a couple warmers next to me here to the side. I did have a piece and a warmer next to me in a little Simply Diamond I have tucked back here. And it just smells so delicious. It's like a warm, cinnamony, kind of a fresh pumpkin kind of scent, but that cinnamon really warms it up, and it leans a little bit body care, but I get more gourmand from this than I do body care. I really enjoyed it in that moment, so I decided I'm going to keep it in my club, and I did. So I've picked up a couple more bars since then, and I will tell you, as this bar has sat, it has become quite strong. Maybe to the point that I'm not loving this as much as I did. So I don't know how long it will stay in my club now, because I did grab some bars from clearance as well. So I kind of have not a huge, but a little bit of a stockpile, maybe 4 or 5 bars. So I may take it out to make room for other things. But my problem with it being as strong as it is now is that fresh pumpkin note is really what I get the strongest. And I'm not always big on fresh pumpkin. I like my pumpkin cooked. But I do like that warm cinnamon note. So I don't know. Time will tell. I will definitely warm another bar during this fall and make a decision. But that is Pumpkin Cashmere. Okay, guys. So that will do it for the SCENTSY that I got through. I do have one piece of retail wax before we go into the vendor wax. So this is from Goose Creek, and it's called This is Autumn. And this has notes of, I did write it down somewhere, praline, oh, it smells so good as I open a clam. Praline, caramel, cinnamon, spice, and vanilla. I have this going in my kitchen currently. It's on the, it's my second day, because the first day I warmed it, I did through the three cubes, and now I'm doing 3 more. And I actually have a little single wick of the same scent going in my kitchen. This to me is like an apple oatmeal scent. That's what I get from it. I absolutely love it. Every time Goose Creek brings it back, I buy more of it, whether it be in the melts or the candle. I actually need to pick it up this year. I have been delaying ordering anything from Goose Creek, but I do like to still pick up my favorites, and this is an absolute favorite. It's a good performer. It's nice and strong. Like I said, it's kind of an oaty apple scent, and I really, really love it. If you get a chance to try it, I highly recommend. If that sounds up your alley, this is Autumn. Okay, guys. On to the vendor wax. All right. I got a little bit of everything, but I do have a lot of one-offs, I think, during this week. So I did a lot of scents where I just got through one of them. I think I only got one each of these, so I'll go through these clams first and the one scoop I got through this week. So I went through a clamshell of Cheshire Cat from the Bathing Garden. And this is notes of lemon meringue and vanilla raspberry icing. I warmed this for a wax challenge prompt because it had lemon meringue in it. This is definitely lemon meringue. It's like a creamy lemon, not quite, it is kind of bakery, but not like a heavy gourmand, like a lemon pound cake, so to speak, would be. It's definitely like a fluffier lemon. I don't know that I get an icy note. I do definitely get berry, so that must be that raspberry. Yeah, it's definitely coming across more raspberry than it would strawberry. Raspberry's okay to me on wax. It's not like my favorite scent note, but I enjoy this. It was kind of light. I had the whole clam going in mostly tea lights. I've been putting the Bathing Garden in tea lights because there's so much glitter. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but there's so much of it and it's so hard to get out of my warmers. It takes several cleans before I get it all out. I get it all over me. I get it all over my floor. My dogs end up with it on them. It's everywhere. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, you know, it comes and I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. It makes me so happy, but cleaning it up does not. So I've found if I stick them in my tea lights, I use like those little, don't have one near me, but like a little tart pan in my tea lights. So when the wax is done, or the tea light is done burning and the wax is done, I take the little tart pans, I stick them in my freezer, and then I pop that wax out. And then no glitter mess to clean up, and I'm a happy camper. But this was light. I probably would not get it again. But the smell was pleasant. Very nice, fluffy, creamy lemon scent. So that is Cheshire Cat. And the wax really, truly was beautiful. I had like a Cheshire Cat face on it, and it was pink and kind of tie-dye-ish, and it was gorgeous. So from Zeep, I got through a bar of Juicy, or a clam, I should say. So this is notes of watermelon, strawberry, and honeydew melon. Just all melons. Absolutely delicious. I love melon scents. This was especially good. I did this in my tea lights. Really enjoyed it. Performed well. And I added a melon candle to the room. So I was in melon heaven. From Southbound, I warmed through Fall Festival. And Rachel recently posted on her Facebook page that she was bringing this back, even though one of the scent oils in this had been discontinued. I'm not sure which one, but they were reformulating and hoping to give us a sample of this in a smaller size soon. But this has notes of spiced apple, crushed cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, and a hint of gingerbread. I loved it. It's definitely a spiced apple scent with just a little bit of that gingerbread, and it's kind of a mix between a sweet and a spicy gingerbread, but I could be getting that spiciness of the gingerbread mixed with the spiciness of this apple. Definitely more spicy apple than anything. Loved it. Performed well. Trying to remember what I put this in. I don't think I did tea lights on this. Maybe one, but I mainly put this in hot warmers and really enjoyed it. And so when the new reformulation is available, I plan to pick it up. I finished up a scoop from thru Waxy Wonders of Peach Nectar, Copper Coconut, and Hawaiian Tropic. One thing I've noticed about thru scoops is they're not the easiest to clean up, which I've mentioned before, but I love the consistency when they're like cold, not warmed yet. So it's funny to me, I get scoops from thru and I get scoops from Scoopable Wax Melts. Scoopable Wax Melts has the better consistency when it comes time to clean up. It pops right out, or you can stick it in the freezer, it pops right out. I never have a problem getting that out of my dishes. And I do a lot of cotton ball cleanup anyway, so it's not really a problem. But it's definitely the easier one to clean out if you're using like chart burners, tart pans, I should say. Or if you're using like those paper liners, they pop out. It pops out really easy. Or if you freeze your dishes, it pops out really easy. thru does not. thru does not like to pop out. So I definitely use cotton balls when it comes to thru. But the consistency on cold, that's where thru wins. Like, it scoops out so easy, and it's not as sticky. Let's face it, scoopables are messy. Scoopable wax melts, I end up with all over my hands when I scoop it out. So I still love the scoopables. I'll still get them. I'm not complaining, but it's very sticky consistency. L3 I find is smoother, and when I pop it into my dish, because let's face it, sometimes you have to use your fingers to get it off the spoon that you're using. It comes off easier. So I guess they balance each other out, right? But this, you guys know me and Peach, but I absolutely love this. I totally get this again. If you haven't heard by now, L3 is staying open, so I'll be able to get more, and I will definitely warm more of this in the summer if I can get more. She's great at requests, so I think I will be. But this was a beautiful, I got more peach than any of the other notes, which is kind of funny because there's two like notes, copper, coconut, and the Hawaiian tropic. You would think I would get a lot of that. I really didn't. I did some, but I got more of that peach nectar, and it was delicious. I will totally, like I said, get it again. So that's L3 Waxy Wonders, peach nectar, copper, coconut, and Hawaiian tropic. Definitely on my reorder list. Okay, we'll get to the bags. So I got through a sample of I Choose You from Super Tarts. And I don't know what the notes are in this, but it's definitely a bubblegum scent. Not anything I would need to purchase, but I do appreciate the sample because it gave me a chance to try it out. So I Choose You. It did perform it was like a little flower. It did perform okay in a small bedroom. From That Smell Good shop, I warmed through 47 meters down and beach nights. This is a customer creation. And I do tend to, I know it sounds crazy, but I do tend to get better performance out of customer blends than I do just regular blends that Smell Good shop offers. I don't know why or how that could be, but that has been my experience. This is no exception. This was quite strong. I looked up the notes in 47 meters because when I warmed this, I just got beach nights. Not that I was mad about it because I love beach nights, but I was thinking 47 meters down would be an aquatic scent, because isn't there a movie called 47 Meters Down? I feel like there is, and it's based underwater. I could be wrong, so don't quote me, but I looked at the notes, and apparently 47 Meters Down is like it has notes of like birthday cake, cookie, and cotton candy. I would not have guessed that. I actually think it would have been nice if it was an aquatic note in here with beach nights. But like I said, I just got beach nights. I didn't pick up anything else. Very strong. Two little cubes in a small bedroom. It was very strong. It performed very well. Started floating out outside of the bedroom and into my hall. I did have another L3. So this was a sample. L3 Waxy Wonders. This is Soaring. And I believe this is based on the Soaring ride at Disneyland. It's supposed to be like an orange grove scent. But honestly, I didn't get much from it. And I don't really smell a lot in the bag either. So, and you know I love me some orange scents. So I don't know. I might pick it up because I do love orange scents. And see how it does in a larger piece. Maybe it was just too small. But anyway, that's Soaring. From the Pharmacist Daughter, I warmed through Zucchini Coconut Crack. And this was an Easter egg shape. I don't know if you can see that at the bottom there. That was part of their coconut crack Easter sampler. When I talked about this in my melting basket, I talked about how I knew I was going to love it. I do, and the notes are, I should tell you, zucchini bread and coconut crack. I can't remember everything in coconut crack, but it's lots of coconuts. Coconut cream pie and creamy coconut and lots of coconuts. It is a delicious coconut blend. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend. The best coconut scent I've ever smelled, honestly. I talked in my melting basket how I knew I was going to love this because I love zucchini bread and I love coconut crack. And I have not melted a scent yet that had a coconut crack in it that I did not love. But this was not a favorite. I don't know, that zucchini bread was coming off a little odd to me. I don't know that I was getting like a corn chip vibe. I know people say, people who don't like zucchini bread, they get like a corn chip vibe. And I get strange things like that because I get sour vibes from some things like Bath and Body Works sprinkled birthday cake. Every time I smell that scent, it smells sour to me. So I get that. I don't know that I was getting corn chips, so to speak, but I was not liking whatever I was smelling. So I would not pick this up again. I do think I have another because I think I bought 2 of the samplers because I love coconut crack so much. And all the blends have truly been winners, but this one was not a favorite. So I would not get that again. Zucchini coconut crack. Okay, so I scored this in a D-stash because I've never purchased from this vendor. This is from Vintage Chic, and it actually says Vintage Chick on this one. I don't think she spells it with a K. So I don't know if this is someone's label. I don't know. This may be someone's label. I don't know. It's Vintage Chic, and it says Dr. Sleep is the name. And it's in like a iridescent kind of silverish bag, so maybe someone made this. The scent notes are lavender, vanilla, and Palo Santo, which is on a label on the back. This was like 2 kind of square chunks of wax. You guys know lavender is not always my vibe. This was quite nice. You get that Palo first and foremost on this particular scent because lavender tends to be a strong note just like Palo is. The lavender was in the background and I enjoyed it that way. The Palo was very nice. It was a creamy Palo. Nice and woodsy, not masculine, not cologne-y. I really enjoyed it. It was strong. I did these 2 small cubes in my small bedroom, and it was floating out to my hall. So, very impressed. Vintage Chic, Dr. Sleep. Not sure that I would buy it again. I don't even know if or when I will buy from Vintage Chic. Because I have so many vendors I buy from already, I don't really need to add another one. So, if I pick up some stuff in the D-stash, it's kind of like a variety stash. Yeah, I'll enjoy. And I have enjoyed what I've worn from her so far, but I don't think I'll go seeking out her wax is what I'm trying to say. So from Rose Girls, I warmed through a chunk muffin of Ocean Child. And this is scent notes of Sun and Sand, which is a Yankee Candle type, and Salty Sea Air. I got this through a D-stash back in March. This was an absolutely beautiful scent. Interestingly, I didn't feel like I got a lot of Sun and Sand to this. It almost, to me, was a little bit more pink sands than Sun and Sand. Because Sun and Sand, to me, is a very strong suntan oil sunscreen type of note. That's not this scent. This scent was very fresh. Almost laundry. Almost. Very fresh. I do get the Salty Sea Air, and it was a beautiful Salty Sea Air note. This was absolutely gorgeous. I would absolutely buy it again. Like I said, I didn't really get Sun and Sand from it. I got more pink sands and Salty Sea Air, but I loved it. I would totally get it again. It was a good performer. I did the whole chunk muffin. I cut it into 6 pieces. I placed it in a variety of tea lights and hot plates. And I think my SCENTSY Accord warmer, which does great with my SCENTSY warmers. Rose Girls does well on my SCENTSY warmers anyway, especially my ceramic ones. But my SCENTSY Accord does great with vendor wax, most vendor wax, unless it's terribly hard. Although I do like L3 in there just fine. So I don't know. It does great. I have several of those. I love it. And I love the fact that it has 3 dishes. But I would totally, totally get that again. Ocean Child. Absolutely wonderful. Also from Rose Girls, I did a chunk muffin, also a D-stash score, of Blueberry Farewell Betty White. A nod to the Golden Girls Betty White. This is notes of blueberry muffin, cup of cake, white cake, buttercream frosting, cream cheese frosting, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. It's got a lot going on. On cold, if you watch my melting basket video, there was a note was not jiving with my nose in this. Yeah, on cold, I still get that. But I'm happy to report on warm, it was just mainly blueberry. It was just blueberry goodness. I didn't get a lot of the other stuff. I mean, there was a creaminess to it, so obviously it had to be all that. There's a couple of cake notes in here. There's buttercream in here. There's cream cheese frosting. There's cupcakes at Tiffany's. I mostly got blueberry bakery goodness. Really enjoyed it. I will say that this was very strong out the gate, but it did not last very long. So it could be its age. I have no idea how old it was. I didn't get it until March, and it's been sitting since then, so a good 6 months. So it could have been that, but it was very strong out the gate. and I did enjoy it for the short period of time that it lasted. Blueberry Farewell Betty White. Also from Rose Girls, I must have been on a chunk muffin kick. This is Apple Fritter Donut Hole Cookie Land. And like I said, also a chunk muffin. This is notes of apple fritter, donut holes, confetti cake, toffee butterscotch pretzels, and cookies. I know most of that is, except for the apple fritter and the donut holes. I think everything else is her cookie land. I got this back in March. Purchased directly through Rose Girls. This is really good. It's a nice, definitely fall vibe. You get the apple fritter. It's a nice apple bakery type of note. Her donut holes is so good. It was not terribly strong, but it was definitely pronounced in the room. I could definitely smell it. I did it in my open space. Mixture of tea lights. Again, that's usually what I do in my Rose Girls. Mixture of tea lights, hot plates, and my SCENTSY Accord. Really enjoyed it. I think I had a ceramic SCENTSY going too, but really enjoyed it. That is apple fritter, donut holes, cookie land. Recommend. Definitely recommend. It was good. And I think I have more of that. So from Britta's Creepy Treasures, this is going in my bathroom today. This was a sample of Halloween Party. And this has notes of pumpkin crunch cake, candy corn, and vanilla bean marshmallow. I have warmed through this scent before, and it's really good. I really love her pumpkin crunch cake. It definitely smells better on warm than it does on cold. You get a little bit of that sweetness of the candy corn and a little bit of that creaminess of the vanilla bean marshmallow. But first and foremost, you get the pumpkin crunch cake, which is like a delicious pumpkin bakery. And I love pumpkin bakery. So that is one that will continue on my repurchase list for as long as she offers it. The Witch of Hampton, also from Britta's. This was also a sample with a little cute kitty cat coming out of a pumpkin. This is sweet pumpkin and peach nectar. When I actually hauled a souffle of this, so I have a souffle too, but Britta actually included a sample of this in an order, so I wish I waited because this one is not a favorite. And that is strictly scent preference. It performed very well. It was quite strong. Definitely get the peach more so than the pumpkin, but you do get that pumpkin. I am just not a fan of peach and pumpkin. And I know a lot of people like it, like that SCENTSY bar, Frightfully Delightful, which is back, by the way. If you're interested, check out my website. It's back. Shameless plug. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that bar either, so I kind of expected I wouldn't be of this, but I wanted to try it. Wish I had waited if I knew a sample was coming, but just not for me. But if you do like that bar, that scent may be for you. Also for Britta's, I warmed through a skull of Castiel. And I may be saying that wrong, so I apologize if I am. This is notes of flannel sheets, Gain Island Fresh and Strawberry. This was definitely a strawberry laundry vibe. I really enjoyed it though. I really liked that strawberry aspect in this blend. I did this in my kitchen. This was just, it was a skull. Yeah, I mentioned that. It was one of her skull heads. I cut it into 3 pieces. I usually do 4. I cut it into 3. I put it in 2 hot plates and my Simply Diamond warmer, which is a SCENTSY warmer. It did wonderfully. It was a good medium. It is not a harsh laundry. So if you don't like harsh laundry, I think you would be okay with this. It was a good medium. And that strawberry really lended a nice sweet vibe to it. British strawberry oil is delectable. I think you would enjoy this if you like those type of scents. That is Castiel. Also from Britta's, I did this in my bedroom last night. This is Salem Got Baked. And this was like 4 of her little jack-o'-lantern heads. So I used 4 warmers. I did my Dragonfly SCENTSY. I did my, one hot plate and all SCENTSY warmers. So I did it in 1 hot plate from Candle Warmers with a large dish. I did it in my Sea Star from SCENTSY, which is a ceramic warmer. I did it in my Isabella warmer from SCENTSY, which is like a little, it's very much like the Diamond Milk Glass warmer, but it's like a light blue color and has like a paisley design on it. I love that warmer. It's only 10 watts, but it does okay. And I keep it near my bed so I can smell whatever's in it right there. And I did it in my, did I say my Dragonfly? I think I did. So Dragonfly, Sea Star, which Dragonfly is a mosaic glass, my Isabella, and my hot plate. it was performing so well in my bedroom. So the scent notes are pumpkin zucchini bread, pie crust, and apple cider donuts. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's so good. It's the most delicious apple cider donut zucchini bread blend. I really, really am enjoying it. It's still in my warmers. I plan to turn it back on tonight when I go to bed. It's a good one. It's a good performer. Highly recommend. Sam Got Baked. Yummy, yummy. If you like zucchini bread, yeah, it's a good one. Really good with that apple cider donut. I'm finding that I really like those apple and zucchini bread scents mixed together. Also from Britta's Creepy Treasures, I got through a souffle of Wicker Man. This is a favorite of mine from Britta's. It will always be in my stash as long as she offers it. This is Beach Nights pretzel and fire roasted marshmallow. It is the most delicious. Britta's pretzel is outstanding. Most delicious Beach Nights and pretzel blend. Oh my gosh, if that's your vibe, very strong, very good at longevity. It goes on and on. Britta's has beautiful wax. Her souffles are gorgeous. They're layered, different colors. I always say that Britta's, she has beautiful wax without all the glitter and the glitz, and I love that. So Wicker Man, so good. I mixed this up between, I think I had maybe one tea light and the rest were like SCENTSY and hot plate warmers. So good. I don't have any problem with Britta's in my SCENTSY warmers either. It does very well. So from Teddy B's, I got into a souffle of pumpkin season. And this is notes of rich cake infused with pumpkin spice, creamy vanilla coffee, oat milk creamer, brown sugar, and Palo Santo. And this was poured back in October of 2022. So it's almost 2 years old. When I did my melting basket video, I mentioned it smelled light, and it still does. But in my warmers, I did the whole souffle in my open space. I did a mixture of tea lights and hot plates. And I think, yeah, hot plates, Yankee warmers too. It did quite well. It was very present, good medium throw. I could smell it the whole day that it was going. It lasted a good long time. It was really giving me, I know all these scent notes sound otherwise, but it was really reminding me of Knowles Farms pumpkin pie pound cake. It was giving me those vibes, and I love Knowles Farms pumpkin pie pound cake. I ordered some in his last pre-order. I cannot wait to get my hands on more. It was not a dupe or the same scent in any way. I'm not saying that, but it really was giving me those vibes, and I was not mad about it. Really enjoyed it. So I would definitely get that again if Tiffany offered it. Don't think she will, because she just did her last pre-order, so I think that's it. We're not going to see this year, but pumpkin season. Would definitely get it in a bigger size if she offers it next year. So from Harper James, I warmed through a brownie bag of Tempting Twist. And this is notes of raspberry jam, salted pretzel, churro, and caramel drizzle. This was good. I did end up putting the whole bag of this in my warmers. I usually just do half. I felt like it was a bit on the lighter side and I needed the whole bag, but that's not a big deal. Her brownie bags are quite affordable, so that would be fine with me to use the whole bag. It smelled just like it says. It kind of was giving me a little bit of like peanut butter jelly vibes. It was not a favorite of mine, but it performed well. It was a medium. I probably would not repurchase, but I enjoyed it while it was going. It wasn't one of those scents where I'm like, oh no, I don't like this. I did like it. I think I'm finding that I'm not overly huge on raspberry jam. I like it, but it's not like one of those scent notes where like beach nights, I see it in the blend. I'm like, oh, hell to the yeah, I'm getting that. It's just an okay scent note for me. So that was Tempting Twist. But as usual, her pretzel note was delicious. From Rainbow Melts, I scored this in a D-stash. I have not purchased directly from this vendor yet either. I do plan to. I just don't know when. This is Orange Monster. And this was a mini loaf. And this has notes of fresh squeezed orange juice, hot orange Danish, and orange sherbet. This was good. I just wish this one was a little bit stronger. This was poured back in May 2023. I don't know anything. I have not done much from this vendor as far as melting. I don't know anything about longevity in her wax. Does it usually last a long time? Because this is over a year, so maybe that had something to do with it. But what I did smell was very nice. You know I love orange scents, and it was totally an orange vibe, and I was not hating on it. I'm thinking maybe I would get it in a fresh wax, fresh wax from the vendor, but yeah, I just wish it was a little stronger. I did do it in my bedroom. I did it in my open space first, and that didn't cut it, of course, so I did the rest of the mini loaf in my bedroom. Maybe I needed more wax. I don't know. You guys tell me that have experience with Rainbow Melts, because a lot of you say this vendor does well, and pieces I've had from this vendor has done well, so I would agree. But let me know. Give me some feedback. Knowles Farm Scents. I got through a chunk bag of Rustic Cookie Cabin. This is notes of sugar cookie dough bread and roasted pine cones. Love me some. Hello, buddy. Hello, sir. Just waiting for your moment. Hello. Hello, baby. Hello. It's just a lazy Sunday morning for you, huh? So we've got the windows open. It's very cool. It's 47 degrees when I got up this morning. I'm loving it. This doesn't usually happen in Virginia. We've been getting like fall temperatures all week. Usually it stays pretty hot in September here. And a lot of times that warm weather continues right through October. So it's very unseasonable right now. And I'm loving it because I don't usually get to enjoy it that long. But anyway, back to the wax, huh, little guy? I love you. I love you. Okay. The scent. It's beautiful. You get the pine cones. You get his sugar cookie dough bread, which I forget what the notes are in it. I want to say it's like Amish friend bread or something like that. Sweet bread. I don't remember, but whatever it is, it's delectable. Really enjoyed it. It performed well. I got 2 worms out of this bag. You guys know I've been struggling a little with Knowles Farm scents, but I think I'm starting to get it. I've been mixing his wax up between hot plates, and I've been putting more wax in my hot plates and tea lights. And I've been waiting for wax to, this is from November of last year. I've been waiting for his wax to cure a good long bit. I might be figuring out, but this was good. And maybe it was this particular scent. But I feel like I've been having good experiences with the last few scents I've tried from Travis. And really, really love this. Totally would get this again. Rustic Cookie Cabin. It was such a cozy, warm, bakery, little bit of that tree from that pine cone. I love pine cones, so I really loved it. Such a cozy blend. Totally would love to have more of that. Lavender and Speckles. I feel like I got through some Lavender Speckles this month. So this was from her Raspberry Jam sampler, and this is Raspberry Jam, Pretzel, and Powdered Donuts. So there was 3 of her small little pieces in here. I did this in my open space. In fact, I was recording a video while it was going, and I actually stopped in the middle of my video and talked about how amazing this smelled. And I just got done saying I don't always love raspberry jam. And I have warmed some other scents from this sample, and I've not been overly impressed, but not because it's Beth's wax, more so because I think that I'm just not loving raspberry jam. But this was good. Raspberry jam blended with salty pretzels and fresh donuts with powdered sugar. I don't know what it was on this one. Maybe because it was like a raspberry donut scent with that sweet powdered sugar. So good. It was so good. I would totally get this again. Yeah. Like I said, I'm thinking raspberry jam is just not my favorite, but this was so good. Beth's pretzel is really good. She mentioned to me that she does not love pretzel, so I find it interesting that her pretzel blends are so good. But I haven't met a pretzel blend from her yet that I didn't like. I especially love one that I did recently, probably in a couple Empties videos back. It had like vanilla cake or something in it and pretzel. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah, if she offers pretzel blends, I'm going to have to pick them up in her October pre-order. But this was absolutely delicious. Performed well, just 3 pieces. I think I cut 1 in half and put in 2 tea lights, and then I did 1 of each piece in 2 hot plate warmers. So good. Open space. Amazing. Also from Lavender Speckles, I scored this to a D-stash. This is Pumpkin Eggnog. And this is in one of her older bags. So it probably had been sitting for some time. I picked it up back in March. So yeah, it's been sitting 6 months since then too. This is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles blended with old-fashioned eggnog. This was really good. Not super strong. It was definitely a good medium. So it was perfect that way. It really was. The eggnog was not like boozy or anything like that. It was not super spicy. A little bit of spice. You definitely got a little bit. Just perfect. I like a little bit of spice. I just don't like overly spicy. That pumpkin pecan waffles was absolutely delicious. It was not too much in any type of way. Really enjoyed it. I would definitely get it again. Pumpkin eggnog. All 6 pieces. Did I do all at once? I think I did. I think on that bag I did. Also from Lavender and Speckles, I got through blueberry buttercream cookies. This was in one of her small 6-piece bags. This has notes of blueberry waffles blended with rich vanilla buttercream and freshly baked cookies. I mostly got blueberry and buttercream from this. I did not really get a cookie note. You hear that doggy barking? Don't you even think about it. It smells so delicious in the bag. But this was definitely on the lighter side. So I don't think this would be a repurchase. But her blueberry smells amazing. So that is blueberry buttercream cookies. Next up is Lazy Hazy Days. And this has notes of birthday cake blended with sweet lavender, red delicious apple, and cotton candy frosting. I have been finding that even though lavender is not a favorite of mine, when it's mixed with apple, there is something about that combination that my nose is just loving. This blend. Yeah. It was so good, guys. You got, the lavender was definitely in the background. You got a sweet apple. It was crunchy. It was delicious. It was perfect. Apple can overtake a blend very easily. I do find that I do better with red delicious apple. And I do like apple and wax. I do. And I like apple and candies. I like apple and candles and stuff like that. I really do gravitate towards apple blends. So I'm not saying that. But I do find in vendor wax, apple can really take over. And don't get me wrong. Apple is strong here. But that birthday cake in there. Oh, this was so good. So good. Definitely a repurchase. I don't have to tell you that. You can tell by my reaction. It was a beautiful apple lavender bakery blend. And I need it again. I need this in my life. Beth, I don't know if you're watching, but yeah. We need this. We need more of this. That was so good. So good. So next up is from, and you guys know I've been trying to get through my Scoopable Wax Melts and my Rose Girls because I have a lot of it. So this is Bake My Breath Away, which is a free sample that Kathy included with an order. This is Warm and Cozy, Apple Fritter, Powdered Donuts, and Palo Santo. That just sounds amazing. But unfortunately, I warmed this in the bedroom and I did not keep a close eye on it. So I will definitely, it sounds like all scent notes that I would totally pick up. I'm not sure what's in Warm and Cozy, but I think I will buy it again because it sounds like all scent notes I would love. But like I said, I didn't pay close attention to it. So I don't have a lot to report on it. I think it was just a busier day where I just was not going in and out of the bedroom that it was in. So sorry, but I did warm through it. This is kind of the same realm. I did the same thing. I was not good at paying attention this month. Free sample, again, from Kathy's order is baked zucchini bread and cookie land. And this is creamy, sugary bakery scent blended with cookie land, which was those notes that I talked about earlier in the Rose Girls blend. If you don't already know, Rose Girls is the daughter of Scoopable Wax Melts. Kathy, who owns Scoopable Wax Melts, was the original Rose Girls, and Jenny, her daughter, now has Rose Girls. Yeah, this one smells lighter in the bag, so I don't know that this would be a repurchase, but this one, the first one I told you about, that smelled good. So I think I would get that, definitely, but baked zucchini bread and cookie land. Not sure I would get that, but maybe. The scent notes not up my alley. Also from Scoopable Wax Melts, I got through, I think this was part of a sampler. Or maybe Kathy included it. I can't remember. Because she does offer like samplers where you can get a bunch of her samples and purchase them as well. So I don't know. But it's spiced apples and peaches. And it was like 3 macarons. So I put this in my Isabella Scentsy warmer. I put this in a hot plate warmer from Candle Warmers. And I put this in my Sea Star warmer from Scentsy, which is ceramic. This is the perfect blend of fruits and mulled spices. This was an absolute delicious blend. Absolutely delicious. It was like definitely a mulled, spicy apple and peach scent. This is a beautiful peach scent. Not funky to my nose at all. I absolutely enjoyed it. It was very strong. It wafted. I did this in my bedroom. I could smell this wafting down my stairs. It was amazing. I would totally get that again. I'd probably pick it up in one of her scoops. That is spiced apples and peaches. Next up is strawberry cupcakes at Tiffany's. And I scored this in a D-stash. This was in one of Kathy's ice cream scoop shapes. This was strawberry jam and cupcakes at Tiffany's. This was nice. It performed decently. You definitely, her strawberry jam oil is good. I will say, I may not be huge on the raspberry jam, but I have found I like strawberry jam. Especially in her, it's called Nilla Noel. I don't remember. It was in my last video. But it was so good. Her strawberry jam was so good in there. This, it was just okay. You get the cupcakes at Tiffany's. You got the strawberry jam. I don't know if it would be a repurchase. But then again, maybe, because it was a little on the light side, maybe it was just too old. But I could smell it. I definitely could smell it. But I don't know. I may get it in the future just to get it fresh from Kathy. But yeah, that was okay. Next up is blueberry pumpkin pecan waffles. And this was in one of Kathy's waffle shapes. And I actually wore one of this. Yeah, I have the other bag. And I did the other half. How do I have 2 bags when I still... Oh, this is a different one. That's why. I was going to say, how do I have 2 bags when I didn't do the whole? So I did one of these waffles, and then I did a half from another bag. So you'll see this again in another warming video because I had 3. So I decided to do 1.5 and 1.5 as 2 warms. So, and I did this in my open space. This is blueberries blended with pumpkin pecan waffles and cream. I don't know about cream, but I definitely got the blueberry pumpkin pecan waffles. And it was delicious. It was a beautiful blueberry pumpkin scent. Very sweet. I really enjoyed it, and I would totally get it again. Performed well. Blueberry pumpkin pecan waffles. And like I said, I did 1.5 pieces, so you will see that again. And what I got confused with, because this is also a blueberry scent, this is Blueberry Muffin Cookie Land. And this was in one of Kathy's rose shapes. And this is Blueberry Muffin and Cookie Land. I did this. Where did I do this? I did this in my bedroom. In my large bedroom. This was good. I think when it comes to the cookie scents, I do like Cookie Land. Don't get me wrong. But I think I like her Cookie Wars better. But this was good. I did enjoy it. So Blueberry Muffin Cookie Land. And it was a good medium. The Blueberry Pumpkin Waffles one was definitely stronger. Obviously, it did my whole open space. But this was okay. It did okay in my bedroom. From Sassy Girl Aroma, I finished up a brittle of blueberry jam donuts. And this was a score from a D-stash. This was blueberry jam, fluffy donut, and powdered sugar. I also did not too long ago her raspberry jam donuts. And I absolutely loved it. It was a good performer. It went on and on. This was also quite a delicious scent. You guys know I love blueberry. But my problem with this one is it didn't last there really long. So, yeah, I had to refill my warmers. Trying to think how long it did go on. I think it lasted for a few hours, but my Sassy Girl Aroma tends to last for a good long time. So that was a little disappointing because her wax performed so well. So I probably would not get this scent again. Although, again, it's a D-stash and you don't know the history. But I could smell it. It smelled delicious when it was going. So blueberry jam donuts. But I definitely would get her raspberry jam donuts again. And last but definitely not least, from Second and Spruce, and I actually have this going in my open space right now. This is from the One Collection, Pivot from Second and Spruce. Pivot! Pivot! I love that episode. Oatmeal cream cookies, butterscotch chips, and milk and cookies. I love Second and Spruce's milk and cookies. It is the best milk and cookies I've ever smelled in vendor wax. Oatmeal cookies is sometimes a wild card for me. In real life, I actually love oatmeal cookies, and I love the smell of oatmeal cookies. But I find in vendor wax, for some reason, oatmeal cookies is spicy. Why is that? Oatmeal cookies are not spicy in real life. Like, I've never smelled one that is spicy. Have you? I have not. Ginger snaps, yes, but not oatmeal cookies. But this, I can smell it without even getting my nose to the bag. This is absolutely delicious. I definitely get the oatmeal cookies. I get it. But it's so, and it does say oatmeal cream cookies. So is that kind of like the oatmeal cream Debbie cake kind of snack? Like cookie? Is it that? Which those? I mean, maybe they're a tad spicy smelling. I have not had one in forever. Are they a tad spicy smelling? I don't know. But this, it was creamy deliciousness. I am really enjoying her wax, guys. I really love her wax. It performs well. I do get the sweetness of the butterscotch chips. I was also worried about that note because I'm like, is that going to come across as a very sickeningly sweet caramel? Nope. It's well blended. Her milk and cookies just takes this into bakery heaven. It is bakery heaven. I don't know how else to describe it. It's delectable. It's delicious. It's sweet. It's creamy. It's gourmand. It performs excellent. It was a mini loaf. I divided this up into 2 warms. I did, and I never hardly do this back to back, but I warmed the first half in my warmers most of last night, and I've got the second half going this morning. And I probably could have turned, actually I did, 1 warmer I forgot to empty last night. I like to clean my wax out before I go to bed. Even if it still has some scent left, I like to clean it out and start fresh in the morning. Not always, but most of the time. I forgot to clean 1 warmer out, so I actually turned that back on this morning. So it's still going in a warmer from last night, and now I've got it going in a few hot plates, my SCENTSY Accord and my SCENTSY Butterfly, whatever that was called. Flight of the Monarch. Was that the Butterfly Charitable Cause warmer? I always call it my Butterfly warmer, but I think it was called Flight of the Monarch. I think. That's a great warmer. Those ceramic ones, they do well from SCENTSY. So I have it going in there. I know I have it going, I cut it into 6 pieces, so I have it going in 7 warmers, counting the leftover one. I have it in a Yankee warmer, candle warmers, a Better Homes and Gardens, so that's 3 over there, SCENTSY Accord, 4, a Yankee next to me, 5, and another hot plate over there, 6, and my Butterfly, 7. It smells delicious in here. It always does. Second and Spruce, Pivot, based on her friends, the One Collection. So good, so good. It was a good melting 10 days, guys. It was a good melting 10 days. I got through some stuff. I wish I could have gotten through some more, but you know, a little thing called work that allows me to buy this wax kind of got in the way. I can't melt my scents at work, and it makes me so sad because I want to smell them. My scents make me happy. They make me feel cozy. They make me feel alive. They make me feel happy. And I just feel like it would help me even more at work if I could warm them. But you guys know, I've talked about it before. I do get a little bit of pop of scent in my office by using the SCENTSY pods. Not quite the same, but it does the trick. So I do still get some scent while I'm working. But I really wish I could do wax. And I can't, so... Anyway, it was great 10 days, guys. Did you warm any scents that I had included in this video? And if you did, let me know. I'd love to hear your experience. How's your warming going? What have you warmed this past 10 days that has been amazing in your life? Let me know. You guys know I love to hear from you. I love when you interact. I love to hear what you're getting through. I love when you make recommendations. I'm always willing to try something new, even if it sounds like something out of my element. If a blend is getting a lot of hype, I do tend to try it, even though the scent notes may not sound like they're in my wheelhouse. I will. But yeah, let me know, guys. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this content today, I hope you will give me a thumbs up. And I hope to talk to you again soon in the next one. Bye-bye, guys. See ya.